If I told you that these giant water bugs, which once made you wear a mask of pain, are now worth thousands of dollars per pound, would you feel like you missed out on millions? Thailand's nights are lively. With a few lamps in hand, the locals head out for some wild hunting, not to Pattaya, but to the harvested rice fields. Equipped with UV lamps and their skillful techniques, a treasure hunt begins. Most insects find it hard to resist the lure of light, even if it's a deadly trap. Before long, the giant water bugs appear, slowly moving toward the light source, their movements exposed under the headlamps. These wandering shadows are adult water bugs drawn out by the light. As aquatic insects, their bodies typically measure 4 to 5 centimeters in length. The smaller ones aren't shy, they simply have underdeveloped wings and lack the ability to explore the outside world. Even with everyone's efforts, hours of searching might yield only a few dozen bugs. For the average person, this isn't a bad result. In the resource-rich regions of Southeast Asia, giant water bugs are considered high-value commodities. They are even more prized domestically. In Guangdong, they are given a poetic name, Osmanthus cicada. As one of the 3 treasures of the village, they fetch a hefty price, with farm-raised ones selling for about 10 to 20 yuan each. However, wild Osmanthus cicadas have mostly disappeared from many regions. Though their name suggests a connection to cicadas, these insects have no relation whatsoever to them. Perhaps someone with poor eyesight thought they looked alike. In truth, they are cousins of the stink bug. Giant water bugs belong to the family Belostomatidae, just like their stink bug relatives. They have scent glands that emit odors, but unlike the stink bug's unpleasant smell, these bugs give off a fragrance reminiscent of osmanthus flowers. People who've tasted them claim they have a faint floral scent. Could this be the legendary transformation of something so foul it becomes fragrant? The treasure hunt in the rice fields continues. One of the female hunters seems to favor males over females. When she catches a plump female water bug, she remains indifferent, but when she finds a smaller male, a grin spreads to her ears. Despite the female water bugs being meatier, they lack the flavor of the males. The reason lies in the taste. The treasure hunt goes on until the early hours of the morning. These water bugs, guilty of chasing light, might escape the dining table fate if they survive until dawn. Some may even get a second chance as breeding stock. Early the next morning, the water bugs, having spent the night in a collective prison, are pulled out for physical inspection. Those who pass the assessment are immediately placed into custom plastic containers, either in pairs or individually. To ensure their comfort, the considerate workers line the containers with shredded sponges, soaked and nestled at the riverbed. For the giant water bugs about to be served at the table, this touch of humanity may seem excessive. Those who receive such high treatment aren't the average ones. They signify a triumphant reversal of fate. Among 10 giant water bugs, 9 are farm-raised. This reflects the current state of Osmanthus cicadas in the local area. No breeding farm can refuse a strong and healthy wild giant water bug. Their superior genes are the key to producing robust offspring. Workers release them into the breeding ponds at a male-to-female ratio of 1:1. Unlike other breeding practices, where males often enjoy the company of several females, the situation here is more conservative. Adding extra females to the mix would only overwhelm the males, leading to chaos. Known as Belostomatidae, these insects are the most famous representatives of their family. During the breeding season, after mating, the female will lay eggs on the male's back in neat rows before leaving him to care for them alone. The male not only acts as a bodyguard to protect the eggs from predators, but also actively hides from the aggressive females, who become bloodthirsty during this time. If a lone male is found, the female may engage in a fleeting relationship, but if she encounters a single father, she often assumes the role of a malicious stepmother, devouring the eggs on his back to make room for her own. The lucky hatchlings, however, grow from white to brown on their father's back, a sign that they are about to be born. To provide the eggs with sufficient oxygen, the male will frequently surface, using his rear end to breathe while gently fanning his wings to circulate air. The 2 tubes at the tip of his abdomen function as his nose, allowing him to inhale fresh air. Before long, the male's caregiving duties come to an end as the larvae leave his back. From then on, they become competitors in the wild. For giant water bugs, it's also the males that care for the young. However, unlike their relatives, they don't carry eggs on their backs. In the wild, if you find an aquatic grass stem with eggs attached, try scooping the water below with a net. You might just catch a male guarding his young. In breeding ponds, maintaining the right male-to-female ratio is critical. Too many males paired with one female could result in unproductive efforts, or worse, infighting that leads to unnecessary losses. Once the workers release the breeding bugs, they waste no time getting to work. The males immediately start sending signals to attract mates, and soon enough, the females follow the scent. After pairing, the The workers add small fish to the water and leave the bugs undisturbed to ensure the tranquility of their marital homes. Female water bugs are quite particular. If they experience too much disturbance, they may choose to retain their fully matured eggs, letting them rot inside rather than laying them. Under natural conditions, wild females typically lay their eggs on a grass stem 10 to 30 centimeters above the water surface, usually after a rain-soaked night. To stimulate egg laying, workers water the breeding homes twice a day, creating the ideal conditions. Soon, the grass stems are covered with the fruits of the giant water bugs' love. Female bugs lay eggs 2 to 3 times a year, producing 100 to 200 eggs each time, depending on their age and size. The lifespan of a breeding water bug is only about 1 year. Once they have served their purpose, their final fate is still to end up on the dining table. To prevent other females from damaging the eggs, workers immediately collect them after laying and gather them in a controlled environment for hatching. Over time, the eggs slowly change color. In less than 2 months, like blooming flowers, tiny pink hatchlings emerge and dive into the water. After resting for just half an hour, their hunting instincts kick in. As one of the apex predators in the insect world, they don't need teammates, siblings, or allies. From the moment they are born, they become natural enemies to others. Apart from delivering an incredibly painful bite, their combat abilities are truly fearsome. If you put giant water bugs, frogs, and catfish in the same tank and leave them together for a few hours, the outcome might surprise you. The frog, seemingly mild-mannered and honest, sticks to the walls and avoids trouble. The first to fall victim is the catfish, defenseless and lacking combat skills. A few rounds with the water bugs leave it severely weakened. It might even seek refuge with the frog, hoping for safety, but appearances can be deceiving. The frog, seemingly docile, reveals its hidden prowess as a secret boss, devouring the catfish without a trace. Witnessing the frog eat what could have been its meal, the water bug launches a furious attack. Judging by size, it doesn't stand a chance. Yet the frog, seemingly fearless, becomes visibly anxious. Within moments, the assaulted frog loses its will to resist. Water bugs are natural toxin experts. As vampires of the water, their piercing mouth parts easily puncture skin, injecting venom into their prey. This venom renders their victims helpless, causing intense suffering before they lose the ability to resist. The bugs then feed by sucking out liquefied tissues. Even creatures many times larger than them, such as frogs, are on their menu. For example, this frog, found in the breeding farm, is nothing more than another source of food for the water bugs, demonstrating the predatory dominance of this aquatic species. Workers value frogs too much to feed them to water bugs. Each frog can produce tens of thousands of tadpoles annually, a rare and nutritious supplement for the water bugs. To prevent the newborn bugs from injuring or cannibalizing each other, workers provide them with spacious living conditions and plenty of food right from the start. Some of the baby bugs even get private rooms and meals all to themselves. These adorable tadpoles are the perfect starter dish for the young bugs. They stay in this environment until they develop self-defense abilities, after which they are moved to larger enclosures for communal living. Before this transition, workers prepare a new home for them using nets to create boundaries. They line the ground with plastic sheets, fill it with clean water and aquatic plants, and the water bugs are ready to move in. To ensure a healthy diet, workers introduce small fish into the pond, allowing the bugs to hunt. Occasionally, they provide dead fish or tadpoles as a supplement. After 3 to 4 months, the bugs grow to about 5 centimeters in length, signaling that they are ready for harvest. Workers then catch the bugs that meet the size criteria and sort them by gender. Male water bugs are significantly more valuable than females due to their stronger osmanthus-like fragrance. To attract mates, males have evolved with a distinct scent that even an untrained nose can use to determine gender. However, some unscrupulous vendors artificially enhance the scent of female bugs to mimic that of males, fetching higher prices. In such cases, only experienced individuals can distinguish quality bugs from inferior ones. A reliable method involves inspecting the bug's tail. Females have egg-laying structures between the 2 tail spines, whereas males have prominent ridges. Additionally, females are generally much larger than males. A culinary delight in Thailand. In Thailand, water bugs are prepared in a variety of ways. The most common methods include grilling or frying them whole. After removing the wings and legs, they can be chewed and enjoyed for their rich, aromatic flavor. Besides being eaten whole, the bugs can also be ground into a paste, creating a unique and flavorful condiment. Thank you for watching. See you next time.